estimates as a 21-year-old. So I just want to thank God for just them and their calling to this generation. I was telling Landon earlier, I believe that there's a special calling on his life for this generation. The hand of God is on his life for this generation. And I'm honored to be on this trip with you. I'm honored to be on this trip with all of you guys. And God's been dealing with me about this particular sermon, the Sermon on the Mount, for the last, I guess, month now. And when he called me and asked me to speak on it, it really touched my heart, because I had been meditating on what it means to be great in the kingdom of God. And actually, God talks about this sermon as the barometer of greatness, walking it out and then teaching it. It is the barometer of greatness in the kingdom of God. And in a generation that esteems ministry endeavors and ministry accomplishments as the barometer of success, God is redefining in my heart what greatness looks like, what success looks like, meditating on the Sermon of the Mount lifestyle. And so when he called me, I was like, it was almost like when he called me, it was like Jesus was saying, I want you to be great in my eyes, not in the eyes of TVN, not in the eyes of, J-Star, but in my eyes. So I want to share with you guys from Matthew 5, and I want to begin by particularly saying that Matthew 5 is where we discuss Jesus preaching and the sermon called the Beatitudes. And we declared that this is the Sermon on the Mount, but actually the whole 5, 6, and 7 chapters are the Sermon on the Mount. And oftentimes we'll just read Matthew 5 and the Beatitudes, and we assume that that's the Sermon on the Mount, but the whole 5, 6, and 7 is the Sermon on the Mount. And so reading it in context, it's important. So I want you to turn to Matthew 5, and we're going to